Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Sean Atwood channel. It is Surviving Life. It is Friday. Miss Beverly Rhodes. You know, I was thinking, we've covered a lot of topics, all very kind of dark and traumatizing, sadly. And I just wanted to announce this week, next week, and obviously Bev hasn't not heard anything about this and she's hearing about it now, but I think we should focus next week on healing and taking a step forward if you are someone who's been through something awful, how you can get some advice or whatever, right? And Beverly and Zara, I'm going to plan shows with both of them. And this evening, we're going to touch base with Bev. We're going to go through the remote viewing page on the community. And tonight is going to be like a kind of mini community night, right? Where I'm going to showcase all the artwork you guys have done, people who've bought stuff from the merch store, and some tattoos that have happened. And then we're going to jump into the remote viewing and see if Beverly sees anything from the case that everyone's working on. And then after that, I'm going to come on Discord and we're going to have a bit of a shindig, shall we say. And if you would like to be part of said shindig, okay, you can go to the link in the description, projectrook.com, click on the Join the Movement tab and scroll down to join the server right here and come and join the shenanigans. But before that, the wonderful Beverly Rhodes. How are you this evening? How has your week been? Fill us in.
It's been a very good week. We've had lots of really positive things happen. We've
Okay.
had 2 of our remote viewers that have created the 2 maps for the little boy that we're looking for at the moment, which is Benji. So that's case number 718978. That's the target number. And it's been very positive. We've had an overwhelming number of viewers that have joined the cases on Friday nights, because I've just come from those Friday nights ones. And there's a lot of similarities between what everybody is seeing.
Okay.
And that's really positive. And we've had all sorts of different types of things come in, because remote viewing is not just this current timeline. There's no time where the information is received in extrasensory perception. It comes through anytime. So it could have been, some of the information is where Benji was growing up. It could have been, where he was visiting his grandparents, where he was visiting his dad, all those things. So we've had to sift through what could be past, what could have been current while they were running. And also it can be, future, as well as what's happening right now. So we've had a lot of information. We've got sort of a huge spreadsheet actually on the case. And what we do is we number where the cases come up with lots of similarities. So we've got things like
before you go into the similarities, before you go into that, what I thought we could do is jump over to some of the things that the community have seen in the remote viewing page, because you can sort of give us feedback on what the hits are. And I thought that is an interesting way to touch on our remote viewing cases. Now, the first thing that jumps out to me is there's a few people who are pointing out bridges going over water. Okay. And
well, water has come up over 18 times.
Okay, interesting. Bridges, water, again, international boundary line. Let me just put this up. Share 1 moment, please. International boundary, is that Canada and United States boundary line? Again, bridges, overpasses. All right, here is some writing.
Oh, someone's done well. Lots of circles. Good. Tricking the conscious mind into thinking of other things. Right. Warm bay.
Oh, apologies. They were.
Warm. Maybe someone's feet sunbathing. Lounger checks. Floating volcanoes. Beach and bonfire. That's what the drawings are. Okay. Let's get those down.
More of a picture on this one, Bev.
Okay, so that's flowers. It looks like, is that a cat in the corner? Could be a cat.
Oh, whoever this next one in is my handwriting twin, right? Because, like, good luck with this one, because this is what my handwriting's like, except mine's a lot worse than this.
That's not too bad. If you try reading a clinician's handwriting, that's far worse than that.
I don't even know what a clinician is, my G. Okay, and the chances of me
clinician is a doctor. Is the other half that is a clinician and writes patient notes. You try and follow those patient notes. It's awful.
Do you know what? Often, if I know, we're not going to side quest. Keep the thoughts in your head.
Okay. Could you make it a bit bigger? Something about skirting. Shirting.
That's too big.
Breathing in the sea. So yep, that's good. So we've got, that's the water, sea. So that's 19.
Can
Station.
you just explain?
Trains. Yes, that was trains came up today. Trains. And traveling on the trains.
There's a lot of stuff about Detroit, Michigan, and Windsor and Ontario. There's somebody who's got a real enthusiasticness over Canada and bridges and state lines. Can you just once again, Bev, just reiterate what these little circles are when you were talking?
Those are when you're getting interference. So when the point of view, the mind starts thinking for you, you don't want that. So in order to trick your mind to shut it up, you do lots and lots and lots of circles, and then what's coming in from the back of your mind, that's what you listen to. You don't. So while the conscious mind is drawing circles, it's drawing circles and it's not trying to tell you what to think. So we've got mountains,
snow,
red
blue.
car, yellow sand, warm. The image is reflection and caused by heat waves. Red car. So that
yellow
was
sand, warm heat waves, red car, caravan. And the next one, sand colored mounds, grayish mountain in distance, heat wavy lines, bricks, red vehicle pulling a caravan, triangle. Okay, that is literally how the thoughts are in my head most days. Just how exactly.
Oh, that's fine. So the mountain, that's come up a couple of times. The heat waves, yes, that's come up again this week. It's come up. The mountain and lake has come up a lot. So that person has got that. Hiding in plain sight. We've got bus station, red vehicle. That was from last week. Strong and heat. And we've got the dusty area. We've got the trains that have come up as well. That was one of my ladies this evening. A train cutting through the north with the blue sky. Mother and son are on the train number 981, which what we do now is we go and we look for train 981 and we start doing the search. We've got research individuals that will just do research, and they will, all these little pieces that we've got here, they will go and search for all these things as well as what's on the map. This person's really good. Lots of circles. That's always good. That's mountains at the top. That's the core signal for mountains. 21982, that's a number. So we all numbers, we write them down no matter what they are. 21982. I'm sure that came up the other week as well.
What to do? Can I ask anyone who's on the server and is posting in the remote viewing room, when you're writing out text, could you guys use one of those apps where you can make an image of the text that you're typing out so I can drag it into the browser? It really does help my partially broken brain with all of this, I have to be honest. So have we got anything that's been repeating, Beverly?
Yeah, we've got a lot that's been repeated. The number's been repeated quite a bit, 21982, because that is the same number as we've got for the train, and we've got the similar numbers repeated from 2 weeks ago, so that's good. We've got the mountains there. So Eiffel Tower, that's an interesting one. The Eiffel Tower, sometimes specific structures, like main structures. So the Eiffel Tower could just be that tower, but it could also be, because today and last week we got the Statue of Liberty that came up. So because it's a monument and it's that structure, the person would be Eiffel Tower.
If anyone's from Canada, right? Obviously, we've had a lot of people talking about going across borders. Is there anything as you cross the border that you could misconstrue for an Eiffel Tower? And as I'm saying that, the actual bridge, this part here, you could almost see, if you were just seeing a shape, you could almost misconstrue that. But I'm not saying that's what's happened. But if there's any visuals that could line up with crossing the border that way, let us know. And of course, we're not ruling out the Eiffel Tower. It's just, I can't imagine if that's popped up too many times. But it's very interesting, isn't it, Bevs? Just how many? Yep.
It's very good, and it's brilliant that everybody is trying to, find this little boy. And I think the more energy that we have and that goes up into the collective consciousness to locate him, especially because the last couple of weeks the group has picked up that he's got a rumbly tummy, that he's not feeling very well, and that they're giving him some sort of cough mixture or, child syrup of some sort to keep him quiet and to, make him very sleepy. So every time you try to get to him, he's very tired and he's lying down. He's very tired and he's very hungry.
Yeah. Now, just explain, Bev, the process of this number. For anyone who's maybe a new viewer or watching this back, just explain, if you can, the case, the number, how all this works, because it's blooming fascinating.
So what we do is, the moment the case comes in, so when Big Homie sent this through to us on the app and said, this is the case we're working on now, We then segment it into a set of 6 numbers, which is the number of the case, obviously, the 718978. And that number is in the reports that we do. And it's, if we speaking to any of the authorities or the agencies, that's our number. It's not the case number that they have. They need to use their own. But the reason why we do that is so that our information is not confused with others that are sending things in from other agencies. We also then give one number that follows that case, no matter how long we're working on it, until that case is closed. So we do that as a starter. Then we also pick up all of the names of individuals involved, and we start a huge spreadsheet just for the case. So you can see the size of this book. It's a very big book, and this is all little Benji's case. So we have anything up to 28 viewers. Sometimes tonight we had 18, and I'm saying thank you to all the viewers in the Alliance that gave of their time today to work on this. And we have them every week. They pitch up every week, and they give an hour or 2 hours. They also work on it during the week. And what we do then is we then ask them to send through via email using the case number. And then we tie that in, and the back office and admin ties in all the information around the Benji case. And that's everything. What happens then is we run through the computer all the common denominators. So how many times does mountains, lake appear? How many times does groggy, sleepy, lying on his side, sleepiness, all of those things? How many times does that appear? It's usually 5 or 7 or 9 or 10 or 12. And then how many times does a building or a bridge, how many times is each of them? I mean, we see at the top of our reports, we'll say what the common denominators are. And then where there's numbers, we've got a separate section that says these are the numbers. So we've been given 21982, we've been given 62, 67, 61. We've been given a whole bunch, 67147. We've been given loads of numbers, but as sets. So we put all of that together as part of that. And then we try to get any information around the case history, the law courts. We do a search in the law courts against all the cases to see when was this case heard, which it was heard last year or the beginning of this year. And then we write down all the information that was already known. So where we know the child has suffered SA, we then put that down, and we then know exactly what that is.
So just for people who maybe get put off by the words like psychics, remote view, and all of this, the process is, right, you're assigning a number to this case, right? And human beings, as we know, have the ability to kind of dial in. So think of that as like an IP address that you are dialing in mentally to and contributing. Now, if you would like to take part in this on our Discord, join the Discord and post images. Even if it's a text explanation, post images so I can drag it into the browser, because I imagine there's a lot of text there, and honest to God, my corneas are burning out already today. So now I just want to say thank you to everyone who has got involved with this. You've heard Beverli there. There's been some great hits. All of you who posted in there will know what is relevant to you, and keep going with it all, because you just never know who's going to tap into something, and it's incredible. It really is.
It is. And then we've had 2 sets of addresses that came up.
Okay. Wow.
And so what I will do is those 2 addresses, I will send them to Big Homie.
Yeah.
Because they are actual addresses.
Yeah.
Scarily, 2 addresses. And we've looked them up on Google Earth, and all of the leads that have come in from everybody else, those 2 addresses, it does match. And what has been very difficult and very foxing has been one of the places, can you believe it, has got a Florida in it, but in a different place. Completely different place. And you think, well, we saw Florida, we saw that, but it actually is in a different country. And then it's quite an interesting one to tie it all together.
So what we need to do is get into the habit of watching what we say, okay, on these live streams, because we speak a lot. But just in case, anyone involved in Benji's case is watching, we definitely aren't, closing in at all. Don't worry. Everything's, yeah, it's all good. Don't worry. But Beverli, our community is growing. The people are incredibly dedicated to not just the show, the podcast, yourself and myself, but the movement. And it's been amazing to watch the community grow. Now I know you're still learning, okay? And tomorrow when we meet for finishing off the things that my week has been a nightmare over, I'm going to get you to join the Discord and all the rest of it, the private one, and get used to sort of using that. It's super easy once you're in. You honestly.
No.
No, honestly, because
it's very hard.
Listen, I'm not buying it, Beverli. I'm not buying it anymore. Okay, I'm not buying it. So I'm excited because expanding all of that and people being able to finally gather around yourself in your own little pocket of the internet is going to be great. And big shout out to Big Homie. I'm assuming he's either working or on the mission, if you will. But a big shout out to him. And before we sort of move on to the community side of things tonight, Bev, is there anything else you want to touch on with Benji's case, the remote viewing?
Yeah, there is. What we do want is two things, actually. The first thing that we would like is that because we've got this partial solar eclipse tomorrow, we want to take that energy and send that energy out to little Benji and say, please don't worry. People are looking for you. We will find you. The second thing is to send that energy out to his mum to say, please drop this child off at the nearest hospital or the fire station or a church or anywhere so that we can bring this child to safety. That's the key thing.
How important is collective thought, as in scripted? We're all saying the same thing. Is that essential?
Script is not an issue. The script is not the issue. What you say does not matter as long as the energy, frequency, and dynamics around that energy is the same. And we're all, please, saying to her heart, to her soul, we're trying to, as mothers, as fathers, sisters, brothers, everybody saying to her, please, this child is 3. Take him to a place of safety. Give him in. Let him have his little life. God bless him. And that's what we're going to do. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how you say it. Just know his name, Benjamin Wright, and send that out to Benjamin Wright so that he can be brought to safety. And the rest will take care of itself. The most important thing is to bring this child back.
100%, Bev. And it's Psychic Saturdays tomorrow night. There's a good chance I'm going to be available tomorrow evening. So what the hell was it you were just saying? And I was going to tie this in with that. It was something to do. Oh, the eclipse. You just explained it all. Jesus Christ. So the eclipse is tomorrow night, right? And we've got Psychic
tomorrow in the day. It starts in the UK. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning and finishes at 12 o'clock. So when you look up in the sky in the UK, across the whole of the UK, you will be able to see it. But you need to take a piece of cardboard and put a hole in it and have a look. So the whole of the sun won't be completely closed because it's a partial eclipse, not an entire eclipse. So it'll just be partial. But that's when the energy is at its strongest. So personally, I will be from 10 until 12. Nice to see in that, but I am going to be sending out to a little boy that needs that energy far more than me looking at the sun and the moon colliding.
Well, ironically, anyone who'd like to take part in this is exactly 12 hours from now. So put a 1 in the side chat if you'd like me to put up a live stream. It may be with no camera and it may be on my laptop. But if you'd like us to gather together for what Bev, the mysticalness of the eclipse, believe in it, don't try and understand it. Let me know, because that's 12 hours from now. I don't know what time zones everyone's in, but you can all harness your chi, grab your lucky rabbit's foots, all that kind of stuff, because I think that's awesome. And I'll tell you what, it's so frustrating. You and Danny and Azria were like the initial, let's make the better person, one's a better person, right? And then Zara's come off and finished the whole thing off. Do you know what I mean? And do you know, it was interesting because she watched the trailer for the podcast, and she gave me some feedback about just how close to some of her experiences it was. The little girl sitting in the corner, and the eyes, and the sort of choiry singing. And I never kind of think about how close to experiences some of the things that I'm doing. And then we started talking about healing, and Babe's all about healing, and Danny freaking with her love fork, and Azria. So next week, I think I would really like to dedicate a whole week to it. You will definitely see some clickbait, okay, 100%, because we need to get you in the door. But I'd like to do that and focus it on people who are on their survivor journey or needing a little help in the right direction. I would like to prefix this. This is not a counseling thing. This is not a come to us if you need help. It is very much a come and listen if you'd like some guidance, along with any other potential, or whether you need it or not, any kind of professional help as well. So let me know if you guys want to do that tomorrow, 12 hours from now, and I'll get it up after this. So put one in the side chat. Now, Bev, the community, which you will, be part of and see very, very soon, they have been designing stuff. Okay. They have been making some groovy artwork, and we're just going to take a look at some of it just now, because
I think that's beautiful.
Listen, I do love me a dandelion. I've got a dandelion around my neck right here on a tiny little silver disc. It's literally almost the exact picture of this dandelion with the little dandelion leaves.
Beautiful.
I like this one's really cool. This one's really
wow, look at that. Yes,
with like the phoenix, the icy phoenix, shall we say, and the symbol. Now, somebody was new to the server and asked about where the symbol design came from, and it was a symbol that was scried by a friend of ours who sent it over to me, and I mirrored it and joined it into two. So this symbol was completely generated from another world, the spirit world. Yeah, 100%. And then we have this is Kiwi. What she's done is she's reversed the symbol and turned it upside down. And now, does it not look like a boxer with his head down, with his arms up? I freaking love it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if this was his head ducked down and his arms up here, it looks like a little boxer. And this is what I'm saying is your guys' interpretation of the logo.
Lovely. Oh wow, look at that one.
Got some.
That's like the star people in Australia and New Zealand and all the way around there. They have those amazing stars in the sky. I've never been down there, but I believe that the two islands have got a beautiful, beautiful sky. Yeah. So that's absolutely gorgeous.
I'm going to be honest. I got a little bit jealous of the star person necklace. I'm like, do you know what's really annoying? Is it's just so inappropriate for me to then turn up one day with a necklace like that. But it was just so cool. I love.
Beautiful. It's very old. That necklace. That necklace that she has is ancient. It's beautiful.
Well, I just want to point out, look how good these look, right? The buttons, all of it just looks fantastic. I want to say, Chantel, you are our first community member who is going to receive a little care package from me in the next couple of weeks, because what you have done for... You'll see just shortly exactly what you've done. And now here's another bit of artwork. The world.
Beautiful.
This was someone's idea to save me making all the flags. So I like this. Now, look at this one, right? This is some
modern art. Look at that. Yes. I like that. Yes.
Now, I do like this one. I have to say, I do like this. The whole black and white high contrast with the lines is great. Until you see
very American. That's American native, because that's what they use for smoke.
Yeah, well, that's what I use as well. That's what I use for carrying my intent and will. So this one is so good. This is if Beverli was presenting the energy of the logo with one of her AIs, she'd be like, "This is the energy I seen, the radiant energy. For sure. 100%.
Absolutely.
Do you know, I can't wait until like your birthday or something, like a celebration for you, because I'm going to get a whole like Beverli Rhodes impression routine worked out for that.
That's going to be lovely. That'll be a tickle. That will tickle me, because
I'm telling you, I can't wait.
That's a tickle. That really is. It's August, so you know.
Yes, it's not. Yeah, well, that's how we'll finish off. I'm not saying it's a roast, but it'll certainly be fun, right? Because
I think a roast is probably in your case exactly what you'll do. At least I'll be back. I'll be back from my UFO hunt in Sweden then.
Oh yeah, sweet. Honestly, I just Beverli Rhodes on the Beverli Rhodes snowmobile, right? Just honestly bad at now. Whoever guesses sorry, Bev, if you can guess which one of the mods made this, you get a gold star.
I get a gold star. Wow.
You get a gold star. But it's fairly self-explanatory. Think about it.
Is that Casabear?
It absolutely is Casabear. Freaking legend. Now, I just want to say, this is my personal favorite because this is a freaking Space Marine from Warhammer 40,000 with a beagle.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love it. Oh, isn't that lovely?
We had one of our necklaces from the merch store arrive with one of our awesome community members as well. Looking fabulous. Now, this is the big one, right? Chantel inking herself up for the community. Now, I'm next, okay? I'm telling you now, I'm next. But I want to get the black outline of the logo all around here, where the white part is on this. I'm just wanting to get that black tattooed here. And she beat us all to it. So that is why Chantel wins the first community night care package from Ron, because
that looks very awesome. Painful. Oh my goodness, that I bet you a couple of teary eyes there smarted a bit, didn't it?
Oh yeah, Stingy McStingerson. So just so everyone understands, the community is a massive part of this. Ron is in a new space. As you can see, it's much bigger. Over this weekend, I'm going to be putting new emails and people in charge of these emails so that things can move a little smoother for everyone. And community nights are a big thing. And I'm going to try and do it every month with everyone. But after the live stream tonight, we will be hanging out on Discord and just kind of doing some nonsense. But Bev.
Yeah, I'm a triple Leo as well, for somebody that mentioned in the chat. And yeah, I'm a triple Leo.
What does that mean, Bev?
That means I've got Leo in sun, moon, and ascendant. So, and I'm numerology number 9.
Okay. See, I'm new to all these numbers things. Like, it confuses me a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But
9 is the end of it. So you start with 1, and then because there's no 0 in numerology anyway, so you start with 1 and you end with 9. So this is my last time round, guys. And then after this, that's it. Last lifetime here. Yay.
Oh, you know, it's funny you say that, right? Because I think what we leave behind us, Beverli, in this life is what we've been gearing up for. I really do. And it's kind of exciting because the road has been fascinating thus far, learning all kinds of things about myself. And on the Discord this evening, I will be doing another reading because I'm kind of 5 for 5 on these readings, Bev. And I think if I can do another one, I'm going to get everybody who I've done this with to kind of do a little interview and a chat with me about how spot on it was, how relevant it's been to them, and all the rest, because it's awesome. You know, it really is awesome. And I've not done any in about 3 weeks because I've been training myself and acknowledging this as a reality, if that makes sense. Training my intent and my will. And yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting, Biff. It's exciting.
It is.
Now,
very
get your questions in, okay? Because Ron is looking for any excuse to come and hang out on Discord and crack open a bottle. So get your questions in, and make sure if you're part of the Discord, if you're making posters, if you're posting stuff anywhere, screenshot it and put it in the movement section under image board, because as you can see, it's important. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We've got another one that's just been posted, Bev. You're going to freaking love this.
Let's see. Oh my goodness me, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
So that's one of the guardians by the look of it, because we have different individuals. The guardians, because they take that form, they do incarnate to come back to Earth. And that's an interesting fact, actually. Fun fact, guys.
Okay.
Is individuals, you can only affect change on Earth from a human body, from a human perspective. You cannot do it from other areas. You have to incarnate. And even those that are, guides and powerful spiritual guides and others, guardians of any type, if they want to make big changes to Gaia, to the Earth overall, and all of our densities, they do come and incarnate, do their jobs, and then leave again and exit. And that's the way it gets done.
So just break that down for me. If we want to have our will be done, metaphorically speaking, you're saying it's a manifestation of what your guides are producing. Is that right? Can you say that again? Sorry, I know.
So it's all of our collective consciousness, our wills as such, what we think, what we perceive, all becomes energy and all goes up into the various dimensions. But it's human. And it comes from us, and we are the creators because we have sovereign souls. We create. If a guide or cosmic entity or star beings or star people or others wish to make an effect, a complete change, they do have to incarnate.
Okay, so
because it's from a soul in a human body that sends that up. The power guardians or the powerful ones that don't incarnate, so the ones that look like a big long pillar of light, they are the power movers, and they move and they change the energies. They don't need to incarnate. So there's certain levels of entities and beings like angelics and ethereals, so things like the fairies and those that are terraforming, they don't need to incarnate. But those higher ones, they don't need to incarnate at all. What they do is have others that come here, work from the physical body, do their job, change the energy, and then leave quietly.
Now, are we talking about the difference between personal and collective thought?
Personal will always feed into the collective. So every spring, every river, every lake, every area where water is created on the planet will all eventually run into the sea. That's the best analogy that I can explain. We will all our energy will eventually end up in one place. It will remain ours with our name on it, in whichever incarnation it is, but it will always end up in the collective consciousness.
Okay, so let me just put this another way to you. So if I'm doing my thing and making my will and putting my intent out there, and that is an individual will and intent, like a thumbprint, and then we have the collective will and intent of groups, is there a higher effect on the implication of what we're all requesting? The stronger the signal, the more of the collective, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. The more individuals that are pushing for the same thing. That's why I said tomorrow, if we all that wish to participate in this, if we all focus that energy and we draw down the energy from the partial eclipse and we send that to the missing child, our chances of success are really high.
Can I just say your nails look menacing as fuck, by the way. I'm just saying, like you lifted up your glasses, stared into my soul, and then showed me the claws, and I'm like, I'm not an aggressor here. I'm just having a conversation, all right? I'm just having a conversation with you right now. Honestly, see if I win the postcode lottery, I'm going to do a whole series of videos where we make you new Bevmobiles, and the first one's going to be a Mad Max Apocalypse version. It's going to be amazing, Bev.
But at least the next one won't be stolen, which is a good thing.
Someone stole the Bevmobile.
Well, This is it. They tend to disappear with things, you know. It's a off-road. The one I wanted was the off-road one. That was so nice, but
worst vehicle to steal. Could you imagine what the getaway chase would look like on that? A whopping 5 miles an hour.
5 miles an hour.
Yeah, right.
No,
too good. Have you got two?
People can run faster than that.
Have you got more than one? Have you got two? Have you got more than one?
No.
Can you rent?
I'll get another one at some point.
No, because I want to rent one so that we can do a race. Right, we've got to do.
You know, I was pulled over in Spain because I was going too fast.
Yeah.
I think I told you when we were in Spain. Yeah, and my partner was laughing beyond laughing because I saw the police car coming up and I was on the pavement. And he's like, pull over, and I'm like, I ignored him and I just carried on going. And then
YOLO, Maggie.
Pull over, you're going too fast. And he hung out of his police vehicle and he says, this is not necessary to go that fast. And I'm like, I've got to get back. I've got things I've got to do. So,
listen,
leave me alone.
You just got to do it. You just got to go. Yeah, I swear to God, it'd be too good. It'd be too good. Now,
it's very funny.
Okay. Much love, Beverli. Can you tell me if you sense I have a connection to a higher spirits, alien, etc.? Wonder why people are drawn to me. I appreciate it. Everyone. It's everyone. It's in us all, just so you know, and I'll let Beverli answer.
Okay, so it's a very interesting question. So yeah, you do have a connection to higher beings. You will have alien DNA because we all have alien DNA in our junk DNA. But also more importantly, remember that everybody at the same time has multiple lives in multiple realms on multiple planets. So it looks alike. Oh, I need my glasses. What is it? Jean Grey Mark II. Oh, how cute. Jean Grey Mark II. It means that you're picking up your other parallel lives on other planets because you're asking these questions. And it means that possibly you'll either have a dreamscape when you're dreaming, or you might have an out-of-body experience where you get to visit your other selves in other realms. But yes, the answer to that is absolutely everybody does have a connection to higher spirits and also to alien beings that we would call aliens, but other split halves from ourselves on other planets, other places. You will definitely be able to start feeling that now. From the 1st of April, the energies across the earth is changing.
Sweet.
So where you didn't feel things before, you're going to dream them, feel them, understand them, perceive them, be able to bring and move the energy, pull it, you'll be able to feel it. When you feel your hands together, you'll be able to feel it in the palms of your hands. That's all coming. It's all happening. It's all part of the awakening.
Sweet. I just want to say to everybody, I'm done with staring. I need to get new lights for here because I'm staring into this light. I need 2 lights on either side of me. So I'm done with the camera on now because my corneas are done. So I'm just letting you know. Now we've got some more questions. Does the number always represent how many lives you've had here? I assume you mean the numerology side of things. So maybe not specifically, but does the number have any reference to?
Not always.
Not always. Okay.
No, not always. I know somebody that did a QHHT regression. So that is a Dolores Cannon type of regression. And she was on sort of her 1000th life and went back and went back and went back and went back. And she was able to see about, I think about 50 of her lives over quite a few sessions.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay. I would love a reading. Erica again. What does this one say? Why would my son have another yell out his name in my voice? It happened twice this week. I told him the guy of the family past wanted to talk to him for him to reply. Now, what do you think, Bev?
It does happen. It happens often, especially with younger children. It's easier for those that need to get through to be able to utilize the voice box and speak in the same voice as those that have passed across. It has been known. It's not harmful to the child. It's a case of going in, changing, and coming back out again. So it's nothing to be too worried about. It does happen. It can happen 2-3 times. Just means that whoever it is, the family member that's passed across, just make sure you leave some sort of a message or say something to them to acknowledge that A, you know they're there, and B, if there's something that needs to be said, please to speak to you directly rather than to go through your child. But it's obviously they're desperate. They only do it when they're desperate, and they're desperately trying to get hold of you.
Interesting. Any more questions? Get them in, everybody. There's a couple left here. Beverli, can't I have 8 more lives here? Please tell me I'm not just beginning. And again,
no, I'm just looking at mine. Mine is just, I've done a full sort of a quantum numerology, and my final life number is 9, but then I have all the other numbers that I've looked at, as well as my soul chart. I've done a soul plan. I've looked at all that. Also, I've had lots of channeling reports done by other people. And I have actively said that when I leave, this is where I'm going. I know exactly where I'm going to, and I won't be going into any portals of light. I won't be stepping through the door. Definitely not.
Okay.
And that means that I'm going to the planet that I want to go to.
I'm going to that pleasure planet. That pleasure planet you talked about, Beverli. That's the one that's resonated in my mind. Okay, so here's right. Beverli, I'm curious. Can you learn remote viewing with and Fantasia?
Fantasia, yeah.
Okay. I've tried, but it's always unsuccessful.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can, because at the end of the day, remote viewing is just utilizing your natural capabilities, your ESP, extrasensory perception. So yes, you can learn it. Is a skill that you can learn. We all have ESP. It's just a matter of testing it, see how far you've got at that point, and then exercise and exercise and exercise. It's all about exercising that capability. Once you get used to it, and you're used to sifting through all those energies and the words and the images, it becomes a lot. The more you use it, the easier it becomes.
Okay. Is there a difference between when the RT ear rings compared to the left, or the right ear rings compared to the left ear?
Yeah, generally there is. When we've done some demon hunting, we generally find that the left side is the side that is easiest to pick up the lower realms voices. So particularly if it's a prince or a duke, or if it's one of those levels, then you can. It's the left side, really. That comes all the classifications. It's always the left side.
Yeah.
So, you've got the different scales and the classifications. So it depends which one it is. Obviously, if you've got the spirits of lying, the pythons and others, those of wrath and those of wickedness, etc. The deluders also, they come through on the left. The others, like those that sow mischief, and the temptresses and ensnarers, those are part of the 9 princes and the 9 orders that rule over the devils. They will all come on the left. Incidentally, I'm going to have one of my demon hunters coming on the show on the 10th.
Awesome.
Yes. I've been asking, and she's been saying no, but now she will, which is just perfect.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm a master number 11. What does this mean with you being a 9, Beverli?
Yeah, but they're master numbers, so you've got a whole bunch of different things that are happening. Master numbers are really absolutely amazing. So you get the 11s and the 22s, and in numerology there is a lot that you've got to be doing. And you'll this is people that are very, it is a psychic master number, so it would mean that you would have a gateway. That's why they're the 2 1s. It's a gate, 2 1s, gate. You would then also have that gateway between the physical and the spiritual realms, and it's also one of the most powerful numbers as well. So it's that inside subconscious mind, psychic ability. lots of spiritual meaning behind it. But yeah, you're definitely on what we would call an intuitive path through the gateway, one through the gateway.
Okay. What would you recommend for someone who feels very lost and needs to reconnect with my authentic divine self? Would you recommend soul chart plan, a soul chart plan reading from you?
If you're quite lost, I think it would be probably better to have a look at what's happening in your energy body to see why you are feeling lost. A soul plan or a soul chart or one of the numerology matrix would also work extremely well for you, and to get you back once you've worked out why that lost aspect is happening, to get you back on the path is to have either a light code put into you to help you readjust. That would be good. But if you do need to find out what is the reason for you feeling lost. Is it an energy? Are you missing an energy? Is there ancestral sides coming in from either side, maternal, paternal? Is there a particular reason? And then once you know what the reason is, then you can set about finding the answers, finding the way to heal it, and then finding the way to balance it.
Okay. A little bit more serious one. Bev, do you sense I have an attachment or something else? Can I get help, please? 12th August 1985 from Severin.
Severin, that's interesting. Severin, based on the 12th of August, the 12th of August is a very strong birth date, extremely strong, without working out the numerology. But I think it would be a good idea to do one or two tests and see whether there's anything that's particularly different. Again, look on the left side and see whether you are picking up or perceiving different frequencies or energies or words or just an unusual sound. Get a picture of yourself, just take one with your camera, and then take one section and see whether the left side is completely different. And I don't mean just small things, we're all different on each side of our faces a little bit. But if it's completely different, if it looks like one side is a different person to the other, and then just have a look at if there are unusual things that are happening in your home, and if there are things that are either disappearing, reappearing, things moving around the house, and if the animals are behaving very strangely.
Yeah.
Then do some tests yourself to see whether there is something that's attached to you, because these are all signs. And have a look. There's lots of information on the internet about signs of attachments, signs of partial attachments, and all of that. And just remember, they're very sneaky. So if they know that you're looking to see whether they're there, they will they'll lie low. They'll lie low and they'll think, oh, I won't do much. I won't say much. I'll just keep quiet, keep my energies to myself. Don't hide the keys. Don't allow you to feel that you're being watched and all that sort of thing. And then eventually you'll work out, there's something there. But there's usually a lot of signs, a lot of signs if there is an attachment. It's very obvious that there's an attachment.
Okay. Here's an interesting one. I feel like something is disrupting my energy, or is it just me who thinks so? So this obviously, I would imagine this is about centering yourself and trying to establish that, because doubt is a dangerous thing when it comes to all this.
It is. But I will also add this right now, because we're heading up to tomorrow. We've got this partial eclipse. There is a disruptive energy anyway right now across the whole of the earth. Everybody's feeling it. And even people that are not in tune to these things and people that are in tune to these things are really feeling a tremendous disruption in themselves. And it can go as far as making you feel quite queasy and going off your food. Different energies have different effects on individuals, and this is happening right now up until when this changes tomorrow, when everything's realigned, and by Sunday it's fine. So it could be that you're just suffering from the planetary eclipse, because it is very difficult. I mean, we've got a couple of disruptions coming up very soon, across Australia and New Zealand. There's a band of energy that's going in that area, and we're going to find unusual weather patterns across Australia for that reason. So, you know, we've got to be aware that what's happening tomorrow is the start of a huge change for the earth overall and everybody that lives on it.
Wow. Okay, thank you, Beverli. How do we distinguish our psi ability ESPC from external interferences? I ask as someone who's been targeted a lot in the past few years, so I'm finding it hard to trust my intuitive ability.
It is sometimes it is quite difficult to see the difference between the two, but ESP particularly is quite easy because you can do the circles, the doodles and the circles quite easily, and that will trick the conscious mind into giving you a different energy at the back. But you can also do a level of protection. You can protect yourself, especially as you say here, M13, you are the person who's been targeted for the past 2 years. I would suggest doing significant protection and do a lot of earthing. So put your feet flat on the ground outside. And if it's not possible, then ground yourself with a grounding pad. Or sometimes if it's really horrible weather out there, dig up some earth and bring it inside and put it in a plate or something and put your feet on that, and then at least it's as close as you can possibly have. But grounding is really very important, and also make sure that you say that this is for my higher and greater self and for the greater good, and nothing can penetrate that is not for my greater part of my soul. Make sure you're quite clear that you will not allow anything to come in that shouldn't be there. Hi, Mac. This is James. Are you with me? Have you disappeared?
Yes, sorry, I was just talking there and realized my mic was off. So we're in the last few minutes, everyone. Ron's too eager to come and hang out with you all. I've been streaming for multiple hours, and it's time to relax. But Bev, you got one more question there before we go. So
yeah, does antidepressants affect you? Oh, guess who's here?
Oh, look at that!
It's Keith. Hello.
How are we doing, my G? How are we doing?
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. And we are back.
We are back. How are you doing,
my G?
You know that it's 10:30 right now, okay? And just in case you really thought you were coming in right at the start, we're glad you came in right at the right moment, my G. How are you? How was your birthday? I know we've seen you since then. Just fill us in on Big Homie life right now.
All right, so Big Homie life is hectic. I've gotten pretty popular here in the States, so you know that's a blessing. So you know, people are walking up to me and they're specifically mentioning our show here.
Oh, good.
That's a blessing. I've had to relocate and become a lot more private. so
that fame thing is a pain in the butt sometimes, right, my G?
Yo, like, I didn't expect it to be such a pain, but it has been a tremendous pain. But it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's working out well for me though.
Good luck for the new show. I think the new show is awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for the mention.
Absolutely. So whenever you want to come onto the show, Beverli, you have
just let me know. Let me know when, and I'll come.
Okay. So we're thinking. Well, we got to keep an account for the time difference.
And also Ron.
We can work it out.
And also Ron too, right? I mean, I'm not feeling left out or anything here. Just since we're having a public meeting here, I'm just throwing.
But you know, everybody knows that we are a group deal, brother.
I'm not saying that. I'm just it's late and I'm feeling left out. I just want to be included. Okay.
Oh, don't be left out. Don't be left out.
I'm only busting. I know it is. We're all good here, my G's. We're all good here. Tell us about the new show, though.
Did you get all the most importantly about the baby, about the child? Did you get all of my texts about what we've discovered?
Yes. I got all of your I'm working on how to pull this off because the young lady I've been working with is becoming ever so increasingly more volatile and kind of making it a challenge for me right now, you know.
Okay.
But nevertheless, we will remain diligent, and so it's 10:33 there right now.
Yeah, it is.
We usually go live around this time, around 10:33 our time here, so that would make it what time there?
Well, it's 10:33 here for some reason as well. Oh no, wait, is it? Wait a minute, what time is it? Am I? Oh no, it's 10:33.
22:33. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 10:30 here too, brother.
Right here. So here where I'm at is 5:33.
Okay. No problem.
Oh, that's all right. So that's 5. So that's in 5 hours time.
Right, about 5 hours time. We go live.
That's fine because I'm normally watching the sky at that time. In any case, because we have unusual things that happen in the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got a nice set of binoculars that
for tomorrow, definitely for tomorrow. You need them for tomorrow because tomorrow's the partial eclipse.
Partial eclipse tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, man.
How's everybody doing? How you doing, brother? Everything looking.
Yeah, everything's good, man. Everything's great. I've been streaming for so many hours today. My eyes are burning out, so I've got the lights off and the camera off. But I sent you a message about getting me an address where I can post some stuff out to you. And it's interesting that you were talking about being recognized and being noticed as an issue. So I'll maybe send you a couple of things that will assist with just so happens if somebody who would want to spot you is going to spot you, they might get distracted by something else, and circumstances mean that you can move a little bit easier, if that makes sense. So
cloak of invisibility, send Alan.
Yeah, there we go. That's right, man. That's right.
Like last time.
I feel Alan around me all the time.
Yeah, he's with Big Homie a lot. He's fond of Big Homie. So it's
man. My life is a lot more interesting. As I recently I met a young lady who practices Santeria.
Oh, nice.
And she had asked me, she said, "Yeah, I seen you were sick. How did you get over that?" And I explained to her what happened. She was like, "Oh, Beverly, we love so many people. You're beloved around the world, man."
Right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just staying active, working. I'm the new show is called Off the Grid Podcast. It's between myself and my partner of the Maverick Approach. We're like the only two guys like in our field that do what we do. We had did some joint shows together, and people just started demanding it. So we went through a lot of hoops and hurdles to be able to pull it off, but we got it pulled off. So
hell yeah.
So I just converted my personal YouTube page to my podcast page.
Nice.
I got to be more private anyway. And so it's working
out with the logos and all that kind of stuff, brother, because I'll get graphic design and whatever bits and bobs you need done. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good idea.
Definitely need that. Definitely need that. So I'm excited to get y'all on the show. We're gonna.
That's gonna be lots of fun. You're just gonna have to tell poor Maverick, watch out for me, because you know what I'm like. If I see things, then I just need to keep my mouth shut.
I have been bringing them up to speed. I've been bringing them up to speed about
the strange level of strangeness. I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do it.
No, let me see. I think they might be right here. Yo, Mav, you upstairs? Hey, man,
are you ready to have your life changed, Maverick? Are you ready to step over the line?
Beverli, Rhodes, and Ron Antonio on the screen right now, man.
Hell yeah.
Say hi. I'm sorry. He's fast approaching.
As long as he doesn't trip, that's the main thing.
There we go. The man of the hour.
How's it going?
What's happening?
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Maverick. Great to have you here. Excited about the new podcast as well. It sounds awesome.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. We finally joined forces, and a lot of people are loving it. So, just giving the people what they want.
We had to complete the merger.
You did, yes, good. And you've got the B lady that comes on as well, so that's good too.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we can definitely when we go live tonight.
Yeah, gotta get them on the stream.
Do you? Oh, well done.
We'll get you guys on. We're gonna get the link sent to you, and
nice.
We're getting it going. We working.
Hell to the yeah. But that sounds awesome, man. We obviously support you 100,000,000%. I'll do whatever I can to help develop it all and help you market it with anything you need. All very exciting. What's the weekend installed for you, big homie? What have you got planned into next week? Anything you can talk about? Anything you want to throw out there? Let us know.
Yeah, so I got to host a few events. I got some meet and greets I got to do.
Yeah.
And then Maverick and I and Devon, we're gonna be headed over to the UK to come see y'all. So
okay, well I'm
waiting. Good.
I'm waiting, my G.
Yeah.
Has Devon actually stopped being on his phone sitting on this high stool by the kitchen for 5 minutes?
That was her. That's Bev. That's exactly you know what I'm saying? She's on point, man. On point.
I'm telling you.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. It's going down. Just working diligently.
Did we get the DNA results back from the case from our lady and the daughter? Have we got the daughter's DNA back yet? Because everybody's asking. We've got 148 remote viewers working 3 cases at the moment.
Right. So here's the problem we having with this situation. Okay. So this is probably one of the more sticky situations because people in her family are very adamant about this not getting exposed, that they have family thing going on, right? Now, the young lady who hired us is growing ever more. She's starting to get a level of fame now because she's doing interviews, and the way she's handling it, I'm trying to speak as eloquently as possible right now, but the way she's handling it, she's becoming a bit of a monster, I should say. Proving paternity for the child is going to be a complicated one because they got somebody pretty much impersonating to be like this child's mother now. Because at first, when we approached the situation, we found out she was being raised by 2 guys. So now that they know that I'm involved, this is why we try to keep a lot of things off of social media and stuff like that. She pretty much went and did the interview.
Oh, no.
Without anybody sanctioning it. So the platform reaches out to me and said, look, she's saying you guys' name. You want your name mentioned? I'm looking like, she can say our name, because I know we've done a good job for her. I'll talk to you about the rest of it off camera, and then we'll.
No, that's fine, because let us not forget who we are dealing with here. Right. They are very, very dangerous people.
Yeah, and that's something I have to keep in mind as well, because been some strange deaths in the entertainment space, in the political space recently.
And there's a few more unusual ones coming up as well. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So we were doing a stream last night, and people were speaking about the Pope, and then someone commented,
and then the King.
Yeah, and then somebody commented, Bev said the Pope is in transition.
But remember, transitioning can take up to a year.
Wow.
The fact that, I've had people that have taken, I look at my own parents and I saw them transitioning, and one of my parents took 19 months to decide to give up and go.
Interesting.
Even though the pain levels were unbelievable. because it was cancer. They can if they're not ready, and if they feel, particularly with the situation that we know is happening in the Vatican, they are literally squeezing as many signatures, decisions, all those sort of things out of him as possible, because we know factually that the conclave in Vatican will be the biggest conclave in the history of the world.
Interesting. And how does this affect the people?
It affects the people because if it's a large conclave, they need to get 90 votes or more. And that means that the more cardinals that they have in the conclave, because if you remember, that person has put loads more cardinals in all around the world to equalize it.
Right.
That means there's more people that have to have, it's like designing a design by committee. It's the same thing. If you can't get everybody to agree, and it's almost political in a way, because you'll start off with 50 votes there and 20 votes there and another 50 over there. But if you've got like 200 cardinals or 300 cardinals, you've got to get them all to agree to 90 or more. And that is going to take a long time, which means that the peoples do not have a spiritual leader for a very long period of time.
I think that's by design right now. I think that's all. It's all by design. I think they're doing this on purpose, because for anybody that's in the chat that doesn't know, a conclave is the assembly of cardinals that's put together for the election for a pope. Now,
for the next Holy Father,
next Holy Father. So it's kind of like Congress in our democracy here in this.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to benefit the spiritual war that's going on right now.
No, it won't, which is why he'll probably stay around for as long as he possibly can. But we've got to remember he's slightly different because he's refused to wear the red shoes, which in itself is a sign. And the second sign is he's refused to be laid to rest where everybody else was. He's chosen where he wants to be laid to rest himself.
Right. That's an anomaly within itself.
Yeah. And that's a thumb in your face type of thing, if you know what I mean, a finger in your face to say, I don't want to be part of this. I wasn't part of it. I don't like it. And I will do what I want to do.
Right. That's the key. Defiant to the end, I see.
I think so. Yeah.
We've got a viewer request, Big Homie, if you would come back at some point and talk about the pyramids with us, if you're up for that one evening, because there is some pretty insane discoveries going on in Egypt right now with 6-kilometer underground constructions showing up on some sort of radio waves or sonar or something. But if you're up for that, let us know, because I know you like all that too.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of people ask me about this because there's a clip of me that's been going viral of me saying that the largest pyramid is actually under the sand. So somebody has said that I was the first person to speak on that publicly, and then we see the scientists using the LiDAR technology to discover pretty much a coil system underneath the pyramid that's taller than the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest on Earth right now. So it goes back to just showing that there was this all comes back to remote viewers, because Joe McMonagle was a remote viewer. He was tasked by CIA given some coordinates on Mars 1 million years ago. In his report, he said that he saw tall figures, tall humanoid beings inside of pyramids. Their planet has suffered loss of atmosphere, and then a small group of them left to a nearby planet. The closest nearby planet to Mars would obviously be Earth, and there are images on the red planet that show pyramids, that show square structures that are built. Nature doesn't build in straight lines. So when you see that, automatically that there's been some type of modification being made. And this is the reason why you see the onset of all of these robots powered by AI that perform a humanoid task. This is why it's scheduled by 2029. Elon Musk and his SpaceX company will have those humanoid robots on a starship landing on Mars to start building the location where humans can eventually come to. So, yeah, I definitely have a lot of more information to expound on this topic, definitely. And yeah, I told everybody once I got to a more stable location and a more stable situation in my life, I would be on stream more. And
yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it was getting crazy for me, man. It was getting crazy. You know, people trying to entrap us. Then you got people working for these organizations doing podcasts when they're really agents of chaos. People that are connected to sex trafficking rings, and you know, we had to fight fire with fire, full force. You know, that's all I know. That's all I know how to do. And now that I'm equipped with my team here, you know, the battle's a lot easier for me these days.
It's on.
Oh, for sure. So we actually gonna be. I would send some information about a restaurant that's got that swirl logo in the title of the restaurant.
Oh yes, that's a nice key there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get that over to y'all, and we plan on making an appearance here at this place very soon. So
yeah, good.
We gonna get to it.
I've got a couple of addresses. I'll text them to you that have come up over the last week. That are quite easy. It just needs one person on a recon, but it's quite an easy one to find because we've got the coordinates now, so we can send that to you. See what you think.
Definitely. Me and Dugar and the rest of the team will get right on it. We'll get right on it.
I think going quietly with that one because of where it is.
I am intrigued now. I'm intrigued. I'm getting excited because this is what I like to do most. I like to be out in the field. I like to be boots on the ground, like hands on. I'm actually getting ready to go. We got to go visit a lady that's near the community I'm in now. She's been requested for us to come take a look around. She feels like she has an active stalker, and she said at nighttime somebody's able to access her Wi-Fi, and they hack her Wi-Fi. They get control of her cameras. They record her in her house, and they send her email her the video.
Oh wow!
This is an easy fix, though. This is easy. So, yeah, I'm gonna be posting some more retrieval footage of us going to places. Come just blatantly, you know, we confront active stalkers right now because that's like a lot of the calls we're getting, and it takes a lot less paperwork.
It does. Yeah, it's an easy one to do.
And you know, what we learned was, you know, none of these people want a hard task. And every time we got something we call accounted for. Every time that we let these oppressors know that the target that they have is accounted for, and that people will come looking, people will come doing well-being checks and stuff like that, they tend to fall. They tend to fall back, and gain. That person gets to gain their freedom. So, yeah,
I must give you a symbol as well, because there's a particular symbol that once the target is acquired and once you show that person is spoken for, there is a particular symbol that you can put on the door or on the gate that these people will see that, and they will know this person is not available. It's the hierarchy, you know, the demonic hierarchy. If they know that person is already owned or is taken care of by another level that's higher than they are, they'll leave that person alone.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So not just electronics. So do your electronics thing as well. But then also on the other side, if it's those that are, you know, perhaps with nefarious spiritual aspects, you leave the same threat to say, hang on a minute, wait a minute, mate, this person is mine, back off.
Okay, understood. I'm writing all of this down right now on my iPad.
Same as the PDFs, you know, with the PDFs, they always brand us.
Same thing.
I still carry the brand with me because it's a terrible mark and you can't get rid of it. And that brand is known internationally. So, you know, in those days for 9 years, if anyone saw that, they would know who my handler was.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow.
So courageous you are, Bev. I'm glad you made it out. We thankful for you. Thank you. I'm always thankful for Ron because he connected the dots and put these pieces. So thank you. Man,
well, listen,
so you know, I was kind of making a mistake by like telling people when I was going places, and that was I had to realize I had to stop doing that. I had to stop doing that. But
just tell them after the fact. You don't need to tell them where you're going because you know you've got too much important work to do. The other thing I wanted to share with you is that the group tonight, and we've also asked everybody in the chat, is that if everybody could use the energy for the partial eclipse, draw that energy down and send it out to little Benji to tell him we are looking for him. The people are looking for him because he's almost like, you know, he's very hungry. He's always cold and he's wondering, he really is confused. He doesn't know what's happening to him. So we want to let him know that energy, you are being looked for, Benji. Don't worry, we're looking for you. And then the second thing we're sending out is to the mum to say, this is your son, this is your child. If you love your child, take your son to a place of safety, to a church or a hospital or a fire station. Take your child somewhere and give your child up so the authorities can come and collect him so he can be safe. And that's what we're going to use, that push of that energy tomorrow. We're going to use that you know, partial eclipse to impress upon her. Do the right thing. Please do the right thing.
If you're watching this, if you're hearing this, keep the instructions very, very carefully. Take it very serious. I will be doing the same as well. Let's try to locate Benji.
100%. 100%. Well, look, I just want to throw it back to the side chat if there's any more questions. If there's anything else Big Homie or Beverli want to put across to everybody, please do so, because we're approaching an hour and a half. I'm happy to run this as long as we possibly can, but sadly my brain has been smashed today with live streams and content and the Atwood machine, so it's one of those ones for me. But we're going to be hanging out on the Discord and having a little bit of a shindig. If you join the Discord via my website, Project Rook, click on join the movement, click on join the server, and you'll be able to be part of all the shenanigans. And you know, Big Homie, I just want to say, since we all sort of came together, there's few people that I've met through the Didosphere, you know, how we all sort of met last year, who have been the real ones, and you're definitely one of the real ones, my G. And I can't wait to sit and socialize when you get here, chill out for a little block of time, and just you know, just get to know each other a little bit better. And I'm excited, brother. I really, really am.
Man, so am I. Think about it every day. Like my heart is in the UK. Right? Every day I wake up, so many messages from people just outpouring of support. I'm. See you soon.
Hell yeah. Well, look,
that'll be super. I can't wait. It's going to be lots of fun.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm going to make sure that you get sort of some sort of light language and these codes put into you, because then people won't be able to see you, and then you'll have the codes, light codes inside you, and you'll be protected. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a Alan Sikkim amulet that you just point at people, and Alan just ruins their day. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So there'll be the light side and the dark side of it all, and the light side will keep you hidden, and the dark side will just ruin someone's day.
Kick bottoms.
Kick the bums, yes. But look, Big Homie, you are a legend. Beverli, you are our Jedi. I just want to say thank you for being here, both of you. Thank you to the side chat. Join the movement. It is now closing in on 11 o'clock UK time. 30 minutes time from now, I'll be on the Discord. I'm going to join the room you need to be in. You can come and chat and hang out. Also, Big Homie's podcast, which I've already forgotten the name of because of a nightmare. Remind us, Big Homie.
Off the grid. Off the grid.
Off the grid. Yep, 100%. And look, get over there and support. All Big Homie's links are in the description, and Beverly's links. She's killing it on TikTok right now. Don't let the new glasses fool you. 100% for her TikToks. And yeah, you guys are awesome. If it wasn't for you guys in the side chat and your faith in all of this, we're just three people talking to each other on a Zoom call. So it's all of you guys. Please like, please share. Freaking love you guys. And don't be surprised if tomorrow you wake up and the thumbnail has Big Homie on it for clickbait, because that's how your boy rolls. And yeah, happy days. I will speak to you all then. And Big Homie, much love to you and to you too, Beverly. All the team behind the scenes, we send our love to you guys. You are the rest of the spear. We are merely the tip. And yeah, if you know what's good for you, behave yourselves, population of Earth, because Big Homie doesn't mess around, man. You don't mess around.
Absolutely.
So, also on Discord, I think we'll run a competition for the best Big Homie disguise suggestion for next week for Big Homie to disguise himself. I think that's the one. And obviously at Halloween, we'll be running the best Big Homie Halloween outfit. It's just a woolly hat, a pair of black glasses, and a black t-shirt. Very affordable. So we'll be running that too. Because hey, listen, if everyone just dresses as Big Homie, no one's going to spot Big Homie. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll just blend.
Yeah, think.
Yeah, we'll do a video where everyone's like, I am Big Homie. I am Big Homie. All dressed as Big Homie. I'm telling you, that's too good, man. That is
oh,
too
that's
good.
funny. That's really good.
Get something cool before away for that, for sure.
Hell yeah. Oh, it's happening. It's hella happening. Even if I'm the only one doing it this year, I'm definitely dressing up as it's affordable, man. It's like $9 off Amazon. You got the whole kit.
$9.
I mean, that's the budget Halloween version. I'm trying to get it as cheap as possible here. I ain't going for the Ray-Bans and the Prada. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going budget level. Yeah. It's just got to look the part, not be the part. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, listen,
but I went and got myself a couple of the big homie bits, and I decided that would be quite nice. And then I put them on, and I thought, this looks really ridiculous. I laughed so much that I looked at it and I thought, you know what? Man. If the guys see this, they
harness your inner Big Homie, people. Seriously. Harness your inner Big Homie. He's inside us all. Okay, you just gotta believe. You just gotta believe.
Believe.
Yeah. Also, as well, I think probably the reason you're getting spotted is because you're not exactly a tiny individual. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you should do? Get a onesie with like a 4'2" white dude printed on the front of it, and then hopefully people will just focus in on the little tiny white guy and ignore the mass. Oh man, I'm telling you. This is we're online. I need to be quiet. Okay, everyone, thank you for being here. Like and subscribe, share this out. We'll see you in the next one. Join Big Homie in about 5 hours for, again, Off the Grid. Nailed it. And Beverly Rhodes, follow her on TikTok, and we'll see you and everywhere else. Just do the thing. Peace out.
I might pop in and come and